Be subject to random drug testing. California voters may have a chance to decide as part of an initiative submitted today for the November ballot. Welcome back. I'm Mark Brown.
I'm Michelle Tuzzi. New at 5, backers of a medical malpractice initiative submitted signatures today, hoping it will qualify for the November ballot. It includes a provision requiring hospitals to conduct random drug tests of its doctors. Eyewitness News reporter Rick Romero looks at both sides of this controversial proposal.
It would be the first law of its kind in the U.S., a law that would require doctors to go through mandatory drug and alcohol testing.
If pilots and truck drivers and bus drivers and Walmart workers submit to mandatory drug testing, shouldn't cardiologists, people who are performing surgery?
Consumer Watchdog, along with several families of medical malpractice victims, want to put a measure on the November ballot called the Patient Safety Act that not only would institute random drug testing, but also require physicians to access a prescription drug database to curb doctor shopping drug abusers. Bob and Carmen Pack's 2 young children were killed by a prescription drug addict who got the drugs from an overprescribing doctor.
Driving in the opposite direction was a woman who had been abusing prescription narcotics, passed out at the wheel and drove off the road at 45 miles an hour and ran them over.
Another provision of the measure would raise the limits on malpractice awards from $250,000 to $1.2 million.
This has not been updated for 38 years. Everything else has changed in 38 years except that malpractice cap.
But members of the California Medical Association are very opposed to raising the medical malpractice limits, saying the money would only line the pockets of attorneys and raise the cost of health care.
This proposition and their supporters are trying to use smokes and screen to really not have to deal with the issue that this proposition increases cost, increases the fees of lawyers, and therefore decreases access for all of us.
And when it comes to drug testing, do you feel like the system is working the way it's supposed to?
I mean, the system could be better.
In these boxes are more than 233,000 signatures from L.A. County. They plan to turn in more than 840,000 signatures statewide by the end of the day. If valid, that would put the measure on the November ballot. In Norwalk, this is Rick Romero, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.